The Lord be with you. I'm Deacon Keith Fournier, and our first reading is taken from the first book of Kings. When Solomon grew old, his wives swayed his heart to other gods, and his heart was not wholly with Yahweh his God, as his father David's had been. Solomon became a follower of Astarte, the goddess of the Sidonians, and of Milcom, the Ammonite abomination. He did what was displeasing to Yahweh and was not a wholehearted follower of Yahweh, as his father David had been. Then it was that Solomon built a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, on the mountain to the east of Jerusalem, and to Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. He did the same for all his foreign wives who offered incense and sacrifice to their gods. Yahweh was angry with Solomon because his heart had turned away from Yahweh, the God of Israel, who had twice appeared to him and had forbidden him to follow other gods. But he did not carry out Yahweh's order. Yahweh therefore said to Solomon, "Since you have behaved like this, and have not kept my covenant or the laws which I laid down for you, I shall tear the kingdom away from you and give it to one of your servants. For your father David's sake, however, I shall not do this during your lifetime, but shall tear it out of your son's hands. Even so, I shall not tear the whole kingdom from him. For the sake of my servant David, and for the sake of Jerusalem, which I have chosen, I shall leave your son one tribe." And our response is taken from Psalm 106. How blessed are those who keep to what is just, whose conduct is always upright. Remember me, Yahweh, in your love for your people. Come near to me with your saving power. But they intermarried with them, and they adopted their ways. They worshipped those nations' false gods till they found themselves entrapped, and sacrificed their own sons and their daughters to demons. Yahweh's anger blazed out at his people. His own heritage filled him with disgust. And a reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Mark. Jesus left that place and set out for the territory of Tyre. There he went into a house and did not want anyone to know he was there, but he could not pass unrecognized. At once, a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him and came and fell at his feet. Now this woman was a Gentile, by birth a Syro-Phoenician, and she begged him to drive the devil out of her daughter. And he said to her, "The children should be fed first, because it is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to little dogs." But she spoke up. "Ah, yes, sir," she replied. "But little dogs under the table eat the scraps from the children." And he said to her, "For saying this, you may go home happy. The devil has gone out of your daughter." So she went off home and found the child lying on the bed and the devil gone. The Gospel of the Lord.